A very good morning to you. It's good to see you this Tuesday morning. I hope that you are well. It's literally on the 15th day, literally half of the month. All right, it's God, how time flies. But I hope that you've made better use of those days. Welcome to the show. My name is Winnie Lubembe, and of course today it's all about love, but of course we want to focus on online dating, because online dating, also known as meeting people through dating apps and websites, can feel like an overwhelming, chaotic mess when you jump in for the first time, and it can be disappointing when you do not connect with anyone right away. However, there are people who instantly connect and find love, and of course the question is, what is it that they're doing right, all right, that maybe you are not doing, especially for those ones who've tried online dating? And what are the ins and outs as far as online dating is concerned? Well, we unpack all that in today's conversation, so you do not want to miss any part of the show. And of course, you want to stick around until the end. So we have a question for you, and the question is very simple. Have you ever been on dating apps, and what is your experience? Once again, have you ever been on dating apps, and what is your experience? Share them with us on our social media platforms at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on Twitter. And of course, if you want to call in live and share your experience, maybe you just, joined a dating app and immediately found love, or you have been still looking for love, you've been there for a long time and not lucky. Again, share your experience. We just want to understand how your experience has been on dating apps. And of course, we'll be picking your calls. The numbers are down on your screen as we continue with the conversation. All right. And of course, the question that we're asking you today is that, have you ever been on dating apps, and what has been your experience? We really look forward to understand what you have to say as far as the conversation today is, because I'm pretty sure, especially if you are on TikTok, you've seen a number of ladies, if I can say, actually running live, and of course live sessions on how to help you get a man, especially on dating apps. So it seems like a very difficult task, for so many people, especially those ones who've not been lucky as yet. And of course they teach you how, what you need to do, what pictures to post, and all those things. So does this really work? And especially this day and age, where there's sometimes usually a lot of stigma when it comes to online dating. And of course, the question is, does it really work? Do you ever find love on dating apps? Well, one of my guests actually did find love, and she's married. And of course, she's here as well to just share her experience as far as online dating is concerned. So it's going to be an amazing show. And of course, without further ado, Emmanuel Gashanja, relationship coach, is here with us. And of course, you know him. He's not new to you guys. But Emmanuel, so good to see you once again. How are you doing?
Thanks for inviting me. I'm doing very well.
Karibu sana to the show. And of course, we'll also have Marion Nduta Vega, who, again, she found love on dating apps. And it's so good to see you, Marion. First of all, thank you very much for coming by really and just sharing your experience with us, because again, like I said, there's so many people who are saying, listen, I have been there. Yeah. I have tried. It is not working. So you give us the tricks as far as online dating is concerned. So thank you very much, really, for agreeing to speak with us. And of course, she's not alone. Her husband, Jacob Vega, is joining us. Vega is joining the Kale in me, eh? Jacob Vega will be joining us via Zoom. Marion's husband as well, to just share his experience from his side of the story. Was this the first time he joined the dating app? Has he been on before? What are some of the, maybe disappointments, if there have been, as far as online dating is concerned? But Emmanuel, let me just start with you. Dating. Like just the whole dating app, not app, dating experience. We've seen a lot of changes over time. Do you want to just take us through, from what you've seen and from your experience, how dating has evolved over the years up until today?
First of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Welcome.
Dating has changed quite a great deal. When I think of our traditional African setting, it was from, clan members, age mates, meeting at the river, meeting at... and then it progresses. And I remember in my day and time, we meet at church.
Yes. Yes.
Or we meet at a friend's place, or later on the clubs came in and would meet at the club. And then you have to wait until the next time you get to the club, because you can only call a landline.
Yes.
And then I remember in high school, we would write letters to each other.
Oh, those were beautiful days.
How I dated my wife was through email.
You did email?
Yeah.
You were sophisticated.
So we lived like 800, we lived 800 miles, about 1,200 kilometers from each other. So email is what sufficed.
Okay.
And that was Hotmail back in those days. I'm not aging myself, but it was Hotmail.
Yeah.
So then it went through email, because now, technology is coming in. And then, it started with the high five, remember the social media, high five, MySpace, and then Facebook.
There was My
and
Five, I didn't know about
Yeah,
My
there was
Five.
high five.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm dating myself, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm accepting.
Yeah. And of course, over the times, we've seen a lot of changes,
Yeah.
right? From waiting for that weekend,
Yeah.
to see your potential
Yeah.
girlfriend, wife,
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
Up until now, literally, you can. I mean,
On the
for
click of
Marion's
a-
case,
yeah,
right?
yeah, click
The
of a
husband is
button.
not in the country,
Yeah.
but she can
Yeah.
literally see him.
And now you have options.
Yes.
I mean, just think about it. Her name is Vega. That's
Yes.
that's a Spanish name.
Yes.
We're going to see this one, and he's really Spanish, but but the options are wide open.
options are
The world
endless,
is your
yeah.
canvas. You can get whoever you want from anywhere, as
Yeah.
long as you have a connection with
But you
each
see, the
other.
question is, Emmanuel, is fine. We have all these options, right? From
Yeah.
dating person in real life to meeting, yeah? From meeting a person, in real life, maybe us in the studio, and then we meet,
Yeah.
and talk and all those things, to online. But still, it's like people are not finding love. And the question is, why? What is happening? Is there something that we're not doing right? But Marion, you found love online, right? 2019.
Yes.
Is in April 2019 is when you joined this dating app,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And of course, you matched with your now husband in August.
In August,
So 4
yes.
months in.
4 months.
Take us through that journey. You're resilient. There's some people who joined in that app 2 weeks later. I'm out. This is not working for me. Right? Take us through 2019. Why did you join the dating app, first of all? Have you maybe tried dating in this conventional way and clearly didn't work? Or what exactly happened? Why?
So thank you once again for having me on the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think by the time I made the decision to join the dating site, I had gotten to my end.
Oh, yeah.
As far as dating the conventional
Umechoka.
ways.
Character development.
Exactly. I had been character developed, and I was like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't keep doing this or what I've been doing. Let me try something different. And I remember the last relationship that I broke off before I joined the site. It was just crazy. It was going on for like a year, and then it just got to a point it wasn't working. So, we had to, end it. And that particular night before I joined the site now, I remember just going on my knees and actually praying. And I told God, I've been doing this thing my way.
I have tried.
And it's not working. So you come and now help me, you know.
Yes.
But then at the end of the day, yes, there's praying, but you also put in the work.
Yeah.
So I said, it won't harm to be on the, app. And at that point, let me just say that since I've been dating people from my culture, I decided to try something out of my culture, out of, what I'm used to. I said, maybe this is not working, let me try something out of my, comfort zone and see if that, will work. So I was looking for Muzungu.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the notion now, is that, and that's why I said there's a lot of stigma when you think about online dating. A lot of people will definitely quickly jump into huyo anatafuta mzungu. Okay, so you saying no, that is not what you were looking for. You just decided to expand your horizon because clearly whatever was happening was not
Wasn't
happening.
working,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. So April 2019.
So
joined
April
the app.
2019, I joined the app,
Right.
and of course I started, created my profile, put my
Yes.
pictures, and I was very honest over there what I wanted.
Okay.
So
What is it that you wanted? I'm nosy.
I had gotten to the point where I really now desired to be married. I wanted to settle down, start a family. So those were things that I really put out there that I want someone who wants kids. I want someone who is, you know, in this age bracket. You must be, you know, God-fearing. You know, the qualities that
you're looking for.
We all know. Qualities, you know? So I, you know, outlined them there, and started swiping right, left, you know, based on what you know, the description, what you see, and what they've written there. So I swiped for 4 months. There were disappointments. It wasn't like I just woke up and it, you know,
Mr.
happened.
Vega appeared.
No,
and you swiped right.
I was catfished. You know, you
you
even meet someone and they're telling you they're coming to see you, and you're excited and no show, you know. So it's just it was a tough time. I would say, for 4 months, but patience, and then I knew what I wanted.
What exactly you wanted, and that's what I wanted to ask you, Manuel. The intention, because right now, I mean, I think people are dating for various reasons, and I don't know whether to say right or wrong, because at the end of the day we might think it's wrong, but to them it's the right reason why they're looking for love or for companionship or for partnership at that time. So when it comes to then dating, help us understand really why intention is important, and especially when we're delving deeper into the online dating.
I think intention is very important. You know, I love what she said. First of all, she chose, you have to choose the right app. You know, there's some apps you go on and we all know what that app, you know, is about. But there's some apps where, you know, there's more serious people, especially if you intend to, you know, pursue a deeper relationship. And I love what she said. She knows exactly what she wants, and she stated it. And it's important to let people know exactly what it is that you're looking for, so that, you know, they will move on. And like the serious ones, it will sift for you and keep for you the serious ones that you need to engage with. And it's very important. I feel like it's the #1 thing. And I think it's important to be honest. You know, like, for example, she said, I want a God-fearing person. You know, that's a powerful statement. If I'm an atheist, I know, let me leave this one. So we'll speak in tongues. And I don't want anything to do with that. But it's that, you know, intentionality to say that. And that's probably what will attract somebody to say, hey, okay, this is, and it's important also to be honest. Don't over-embellish. We tend to over-embellish. And the problem with that is that if you do that, it will be picked out, and all of a sudden...
I expect you to do the things that you said, you know, or you stated on the app. And then, you know, I mean, you talked about being catfished, being ghosted, which seems to be the norm when it comes to online dating apps. And I'm pretty sure someone who's watching us and maybe has tried, maybe has not been lucky in terms of like finding love, will tell you, listen, I have put the pictures that need to be there, you know, not seductive pictures, but just good pictures to show who I am. I have stated my intention, but still, I am not finding love. So what is it? What is it that I'm not doing? What is that little juice, you know, extra juice that needs to be there for one to sort of like find love based on your experience?
I wouldn't say there's an extra juice. What I keep telling people is the fact that you've joined the dating sites, it doesn't mean the work stops there. You know, you could have joined the dating site, but you see, God maybe has not intended for you to meet your partner, you know, on that site.
That app,
so you still keep doing your thing, but you've also put yourself, you know, on the dating site. So you could find maybe it's just not your thing. Like you've said, there are people who've been on the app, like I get so many people DMing me and they're like, how are you able to get it in 4 months? I've been here for 3 years, 2 years, you know, and I'm not finding love. And I'm like, try also exploring the other, you know, options that you have. Don't say because now I'm on a dating app and you just sit pretty, you know. Maybe God has not intended for you to meet your partner there. You understand? So I tend to just think, in as much as you're on the site, try and also do things. Go out, you know, interact with other people. You're called out for functions. Go. You have church, whatever. Go. You know, just be out there.
Active.
At some point, it's gonna work out. And then, I mean, people find love at 26, others find at 40. So
And
maybe it's just not your time yet,
And
you know.
that's
So you could be killing
okay.
yourself on the dating side. Maybe it's just not your time. God maybe wants you to still do other things before you can find love.
I really like what you're saying, because there's a lot of desperation, and I'm pretty sure you've had that
Yeah.
now, where, and I mean, like I said this when we were starting the show, and I've seen a lot of this happening on TikTok, where there's some ladies who would go live at exactly 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. They'll tell you, hey, we have a class today. So you want to get a white man, do this, do that. So you go to these places, you will find them, dress like these. I mean, like you're saying, if it's not your time, if it's not your place, maybe that you were intended to find your love.
I add on to what she said. I like what she said, because the show we're talking about is online dating.
Yeah.
All right. So online dating is not just a dating app.
True.
All right. I was just sharing with some friends the other day that this weekend I did a wedding, officiated a wedding for guys who met on Twitter.
Look at that.
Yeah. So it's every space that you are present on online, which becomes an extension of your personality that will draw people to desire, whether they want to pursue this or to see you or notice you, based on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very important what you portray every single space.
You can't be one person on Twitter and a complete different person on
yeah,
Facebook and all those areas.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So Marion, for you, swiping left and right for 4 months, and then Mr. Vega came along. Okay, and one might say, fine, you stated your intention, right? And even through the whole process of swiping left and right, of course, you knew what you wanted. But then again, how were you able to? Of course, the physical attraction also plays an important role based on what you're seeing when you're swiping left and right. So how was that experience for you? And for you and Mr. Vega, was it that love at first sight, like you saw the picture, you you liked, and you said, this is what I'm going to settle on?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was love at first sight for me.
Okay.
Probably for him, yes.
Yes.
But I remember just one morning waking up and I'm finding a text on, the site.
Yeah.
And it's a very detailed, first it was just a small line of, you're short like me. And I just laughed it off. I was like, okay, just another person, So after that, like after 2 hours, another message. And it was like a very detailed message of, hey, I'm actually going in for work right now and I'll not be able to text you back. But when I find your message, I'll text you back when I have some free time.
All right.
And that really caught my attention. I was
Okay.
like, this is a man who does not know me.
Know you,
I've not asked you what you're doing, but here you are trying to tell me what your day is like and when you'll be able to get some time. So I felt that he's very intentional. So I was like, I really want to see what this is all about. Yeah. So I ended up, messaging back and true to his word, when he was, when he had some free time, he texted me.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what, this app is, his time difference, So this app is really not favoring us. Here's my WhatsApp number. You can just text me. And at that time, he didn't actually have WhatsApp.
All right.
That's a culture shock now.
Yeah.
So I thought
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
You're like, what? Everyone in WhatsApp. How are you not on WhatsApp? Someone might say, red flag. How are you not on WhatsApp?
So he's like, I don't have WhatsApp, but I'll download it and message you. So still, again, intentional, So I was like, okay. So he went ahead, downloaded WhatsApp, and we started chatting.
Yeah. From then on.
Yeah.
But I love that character,
Right?
It's just like he's texted you, and then just so that you don't worry, he's letting you know that,
I'm busy.
hey, I may be busy, I might not be able to respond, but at this time when I get time, I will respond to that message. That's actually a powerful thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's a quality that's lost. I don't see many people do that nowadays.
We don't. Yeah. Micro generation, we want things fast. And if you're not responding fast, then hashtag red flag. And really, that shouldn't be the case. Okay, how about we take a break? But of course, like we promised, we'll have Mr. Vega himself, all right, joining us via Zoom all the way from Texas to also share his side of the story, because Marion says it wasn't love at first sight, but of course, there's some little things that he did, that caught my attention. So we want to also hear from Mr. Vega. Was it the first time that he joined the app, and of course his experience as well? But again, like we're asking you today, have you ever been on dating apps, and what has been your experience? I'll be reading your feedback after the break. Stay with us. This is Your World.
We are investing in the next generation of tech dreamers. Together, we harness the power of innovation. The Family Group Foundation is the anchor sustainability body for the Family Bank Group.
I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something. I'm just trying to give you something spooky out to for you. I'm just trying to give you something.
Brought to you by Nivea Lumina 630 Anti-Dark Mark Serum.
Last week, we looked at dark marks caused by hormonal imbalance. Today, let's look at dark marks caused by the most common factor, sun exposure. Hello, my name is Emma, and this is Learn in a Minute. Have you ever worn your favorite top? Then in the evening, when you get home and change, you find the whole outline of your top drawn on your skin? This is an example of hyperpigmentation caused by the sun exposure. Now imagine our face that is exposed to the sun every day. Panic not. Solution Eco. You need a serum that regulates this hyperpigmentation and a day cream with SPF 50 that will block these sun rays. I'm thinking Nivea Luminous 630. It starts working from day one with visible results in just 2 weeks. My name is Emma, and this is Learn in a Minute.
Learn in a Minute, brought to you by Nivea Lumina 630 Anti-Dark Mark Serum.
Nivea Lumina 630 works from day one with visible results in just 2 weeks and 71% dark marks reduction in 12. Join the 1 million women already using the #1 Lumina 630 from Nivea.
We know your flavor, and that's how you inspire us to always deliver the best quality meals made fresh with locally sourced ingredients. Galitos, bold African flavor.
Get the Galitos Hot Box and a 500 ml Coke soda at just 699 Kenya shillings.
Welcome back. And of course, the show is Your World, and today it's all about online dating. Interesting conversation, if you ask me, that we're having today. And of course, the question that we're asking you, and that is, have you ever been on dating apps? And what has been or what is your experience? Hey, a number of you have a lot to say, all right? So, on Facebook, very quickly, even as we still compile them, Martins says, why not? Love is a mystery, and it's like a seed that can germinate anywhere at any time if the conditions necessary for germination are favorable. Hey, that's a very heavy... Yeah? Why? All right. And then someone else says, this is Douglas Barongo, says, online dating is for short-term relationships based on my experience. All right. Duta, I'm pretty sure would disagree. The same. And then someone else says, true love can be found anywhere, but 98% online dating is for those desperate. Okay. All right. And then someone else says, this is Chelsea Star. No, hey, says, I don't think so. Nakama kuna true love online. Let me confirm. Who is ready? You want to try with someone else? Nduta is here. She found love online. But keep the comments coming on our socials. That is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on Twitter. But you want to call us live as well and share your experience, please feel free to do so by all means. And of course, we're here. We'll pick your calls. If you have a question for Emmanuel or Nduta, feel free to do so, all right? They will answer your questions. But like we promised, we have Mr. Jacob Vega, who's joining us all the way from Texas, joining us via Zoom. Thank you very much, Jacob, first of all. If you can hear me, good morning. I'm tempted to say good night, but it's way past midnight, so good morning. And thank you really for staying with us.
Good morning, ma'am. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Your wife is here. She's actually watching you right now. Do you want to say hi?
Hey, baby. Hi. Hi.
You're too cute, both of you.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Okay, all right. First question for you, Mr. Vega. So was this the first time that you joined a dating app, or have you been on, dating apps before? And how was your experience before you met your wife?
I have been on dating apps before. I had a few short-term relationships that didn't really go anywhere, but I did have one that almost led to marriage.
All right.
That one didn't work because we just wanted different things out of life.
All right. And then you met your wife. How was that? How was that, and first of all, before you even met your wife, you said you had like a few short-term relationships here and there, and there was another one that almost led to marriage, but again, had like different options. Do you get moments where you were catfished, you were ghosted, like, all the sad things when it comes to online dating? Did you experience any of those? That was a very deep sigh.
Let me tell you, some of the stories I can't say, but I have been ghosted, I have been catfished.
Oh no.
And one of them I haven't mentioned this to my wife, but one of them I almost got mugged.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so with online dating, come with optimism, very cautiously guarded optimism.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, early on when we started the show, of course, your wife mentioned the aspect of intention. It is important to just set your intention and make sure that you get your intentions right before you start swiping left and right, and all those things. All right. So Nduta joined the app in April 2019, and in August, she matched. She matched with you. So how was that for you? Like the moment you saw her profile, what is it that drew you to her?
It was something in her profile that stuck out to me that I think at that time I realized what I wanted out of life.
All right.
I think I was in my late 20s, maybe early 30s. I was just starting a new career, and I realized, you know what, like, I think it's time to start a family. I think it's time to get something going. I wasn't finding what I was looking for locally, and when I joined the app, I stayed within the States, still wasn't getting any matches, and so I figured there's a whole wide world out there. There's got to be somebody. And when I found her, I thought, you know what, if this doesn't work, then just on to the next one. But I was really praying and hoping that she was the one, and yeah, my prayer was answered.
All right, and look at you both, 2 years in, and of course you have a son, 17 months old. And for her, she said, and I think I liked what she said, is that it's the things that you said and did, and of course made sure that you kept your promise in terms of, I am busy right now, but of course I'll reach out to you when I have my free time and all those things, and that really stood out for her. So for you, what is it, aside from looking at the profile and seeing this beautiful girl over here, right? What are some of these other things that stuck out for you?
She shared my values, and one thing that is important to me, especially here, based off like over here I'm considered Latino, and we're very family oriented.
Yes.
So I needed somebody that I can bring around my family, that can mingle, that can talk, that's, you know, presentable, but also very friendly. And Marion just fit that. Also, we're both Catholic. My family's very Catholic. And that would further sort of support that close family dynamic that I was looking for.
And I hear you on the same values. And just allow us to go to Emmanuel very quickly, and then we'll come back to you, Jacob, in terms of like shared values and you know, and all those things. But do you see that like first into like, do you get that like instantly? Because majority of the times we want to see, are we connecting instantly first of all, based on what we see and how we feel, before we even get to really understand our values and what we stand for?
Unfortunately, what most of us are doing is looking for very superficial things that would attract us to somebody.
All right.
You know, how does he look? How does she look? You know, what do they do? How much money do they make? Are they fun? Do they club? Do they do this? Those are the things that we're looking for. But you know, one of the things I've noticed about both of them is that one, they knew what they wanted. Two, they were ready.
All right.
And so even as they posted whatever they posted online, they posted as somebody who's ready. You know, putting your values in there, putting your desires.
What
you
is
know, I remember she said, I want family. He said, that's what
I come from a
me.
very big family.
Which is Latino. Latinos actually are very family oriented. They're very almost like Africans. You know, so for them, they love family. So for him, definitely this is a big deal. Like, I want to know you. And then the fact that, you know, she added they're Catholic. I mean, he picked that she's a Catholic. So it's the values for two people who are very ready that did it. Unfortunately, a lot of us are not looking for values. A lot of us are looking for superficial things, like, oh, her hair went this way. You know,
I want brown hair.
Or she did this, You know, oh, you know, it's a silver fox, you know. You know, and those are the things that, you know.
But is it wrong, really?
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's very natural. It's
Can
very
you state
natural.
that?
But you see, those superficial things, this will get you, the looks will get you the person. But it's the values that will keep the person.
100%. Totally agree. And Dito, very quickly, why do you think that people ghost people online? Why do you think people catfish, you know, one another online? Because at the end of the day, everybody's there looking for love. I mean, again, you never know. There's some people who just are there for fun. Others know the reasons why they want to be there. But there are others who genuinely are looking for love outside their horizon, because, you know, like you said, you had to expand yours. And you got it. So why do you think, you know, sometimes just people just decide to ghost each other, or catfish, you know, each other online?
I don't think I have the exact reason for why people do that. I tend to think online dating is just like life. In life, there's you, there's me. There's a bad person, there's a good person. So I just feel like it's sort of like the same, you know, kind of thing. So there's a bad person, there's a good person. And so what I tell people who I'm trying to probably advise to try online dating, I'm like, there's so many people who are gonna, you know, catfish you and act like they're, you know, this and they're not. So do not bring that in there. If you want something honest, be it, you know. Try
be a
create
reflection of what you're looking for.
So create the difference that you want on that, you know. So because there are people who come and they're like, I don't want to open the account with my pictures, so I'm just gonna use a picture of somebody else. I'm like, why are you promoting what you wouldn't want to, you know, see on there? So I just think it's the same way where in life you have people who are good and others who are bad. It's the same way with online dating. And then also, you know, when you're doing online, it's so easy for people to pretend. And let's be really honest, mental illness and mental health is a big thing right now, you know. So you never know what kind of person you're dealing with, you know. People try to use that maybe to just make themselves feel good. I've seen that. You know, someone will try and act like Rihanna just to feel good, to boost themselves, you know. So you really don't know what kind of person you're dealing with. So I think it's just a number of reasons.
Absolutely. And of course, Jacob, as well, on your end, what are some of the things that you would say, you know, is a mistake that people do, especially when dating online? What are some of those things that, you know, people do that is not good, it's not cool, and it's not working when it comes to online dating?
For one, you need to know what you're looking for. You need to know what your boundaries are. You need to know what's really important to you. If you don't know that, you're gonna fail.
True.
I learned that lesson the hard way. Don't look for the supermodel because they don't exist. Sorry to tell y'all, but they probably have 50 other people chasing them. You know, you can set your goals as high as you want.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, are they going to message you back?
Yeah.
When they also have somebody who they think is really attractive or has everything that they're looking for. Like, you need to be more realistic. And once you sort of realize that, you know, you're not looking to get a high score, you're just looking to find somebody who's going to make you happy.
Absolutely.
And that you can make happy in return.
Absolutely. And there's someone who, you know, through the feedback actually said that online dating is only for short-term, you know, kind of relationship. But you and Duta here found love, married, and of course have a son together. What would you say to that? Because this is the perception for so many people that online dating really, first of all, does not work. You never find love. You know, on online dating, it's full of people who are jokers as compared to serious, you know, people. So what would you say as far as, you know, the perception on online dating is concerned?
Based off of my experience, after a while, you can tell who's joking, who's not real. You can just look at their profiles, read the profiles, they will tell you. You can tell if it's a joke profile, if they're gonna ghost you, if they're bots, like they're not even real people. Yeah, just
all right.
Patient.
Okay, and then you mentioned something that you learned the hard way. What is it? What happened before you met your now
It was
wife?
actually the last person that had catfished me.
Oh.
Instead of being mad, instead of being angry, I asked them, you know, why. You know,
What did you see?
I just took her to a restaurant. I said, just tell me what the thought process is, and they said that if they didn't, they wouldn't get any attention. And it's just point blank and simple. They're competing with these other people who are skinny and beautiful, or have long hair or curly hair or dark skin or what have you. They're competing with these other people. They're not getting as much attention as they are, and they're only human. They're still human.
True.
They need as much love and encouragement as the rest of us, but they're not getting that, and that's why they do it.
Okay. But again, given from what you're saying, it's like you try to be empathetic as compared to being angry with this person. But after that, because one might assume and say, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing that you really wanted to really get to understand why, and they gave you all the reasons. But did that put you off?
No, I mean, we were friends for a while because I actually learned a little bit from her on, I guess, like how women think. As a man, I have no idea how women think.
True.
There's still things that my wife teaches me, and I was like, that's genius.
Yeah.
How come I didn't think of that?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So,
I see that, and I hear you. And of course, we have a number of calls. You know, we'll be picking them very shortly. As far as online dating is concerned, have you tried? It's not working? Is it working? Have you found love? Again, we can't wait to hear from you as far as that is concerned. But again, so Emmanuel, when it comes to putting yourself out there, and that is from your intention. I mean, from the photos that you're you know putting up to the intention, setting up your values and all those things. How then do you know? To balance between putting a lot out there and also reserving some of those things that you might consider, you know, you might still want to keep to yourself until you get to know this person. So finding that balance, because people will tell you, you need to put yourself out there. But then again, how do you put yourself out there without putting yourself too much out there?
Yeah. So I think what you should do first is one, I would take a specific photo for the specific app. So I wouldn't pick a photo that is in my, let's say for example, my IG or Facebook or any of those. This is specific for the dating app. So that if they were to go to Google and do that Google search thing, you know, you can do the reverse engine Google search and then it brings for you a bunch of other things on there. they don't begin to stalk you in different places. So it's strict on this app.
All right.
But before that, I think it's important to choose the right app.
All right.
You know, like for example, if you're for a woman, there are apps that have been created that actually, you know, you take the initiative as the woman to reach out to the man.
Okay.
So what that does is it protects you a little bit more, and you can do some research. And as soon as you pick a red flag on there, you're able to cut it off.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's important to choose the right app. Don't just get on any app. And it's important for you to do your research.
But we're trying to expand our horizon.
I know, but it's important for you to do your research. You know, you can expand your horizon and
Expand it the wrong
you
way.
will pick a serial killer. Yeah, pick the right app. Then once you get on the app, it's important to put the basics, okay? Your name, what you want, what you're looking for, and you need to be clear on what you're looking for. And then just state the values that you are looking for, and leave it at that.
All right.
The values are just values. You literally have to interact with somebody to know.
really
Like for
get to
example,
understand.
Jacob and Marion here, in spite of the fact that they wrote this, you have to interact with the person to know that this is actually real and this is not fake. So there's a lot you don't need to put out there. You know, you can just say, I'm in IT. That's I'm working. I've got a job.
Yes.
But I'm not telling you exactly where
I work.
Where I work.
Yes.
You know. So it's just I've given you something, but I've not given you anything.
Much.
Yeah, I've not given you much.
Yeah.
So you want to be, you know, just broad. This is who I am. Blah blah blah. So that you're not getting crazies. Like they said earlier on, we are all broken.
True.
You know, we can be
Bunch
all
of
three of
broken
us
people
good here.
walking
These other two in the room can be just horrible, and they're just waiting to take advantage.
That's true.
You know, just
That's
like for
true.
what he said. You know, there's people who just want attention. You know, and they enjoyed the chats. But now the
When
reality
you meet
comes
them,
and
it's like, you're not the person. You're not the same
I'm
one
not
that I
going to show
saw.
We've reached the end of the line.
Right?
Yeah. So it's important to find those again, get a picture that's not on your regular
specifically
spaces.
for that app.
Specifically for that app or specifically for dating apps. And then your name, of course, you never want to, you know, you put your name on there, your age, etc. And then what you're looking for, be specific. Be specific. Because now, you know, there is the they, them, you know, and you never know who will reach out to you. So be specific, you know, even if you're that they, them, and you have a different identity other than what, it's important for you to note on there. You know, if you're from LGBTQ+, you know, it's important to go on the right app and post it out there. So that you're not attracting people you have no business attracting. Or, you know, you're not offending anyone. You know?
That part. All right. So Marion, for you, so this man, okay, and I just want to ask, like, so is Mr. Vega like the first, you know, person you've dated that is outside your race?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So at what point then did you guys decide to meet? Because again, it's like two worlds apart. You're here in Kenya, he is away, you know, in Texas, and of course you're talking via the app, and then at some point you exchanged, you know, WhatsApp contacts, and then took the conversation on there. At what point did you decide to meet up and see if this person is really who they're saying online?
So I remember after you know, we started talking on WhatsApp. We talked for like 3 weeks.
All right.
And within those 3 weeks, we had spoken about very serious things, you know, like, how many kids do you want? You know, it was crazy.
You were ready.
0 to 100.
So it was just, you know, it was a shoot. So I think at that time, even as we were talking, of course, you get to know when is, you know, this person's birthday and all that. So one day he's like, actually, since your birthday is coming up within those 3 weeks, since your birthday is coming up next month, I think I actually want to fly to Kenya to come and see you for your birthday.
You
know? So I was like, at that point, I knew now this is catfish. I'm already used
right.
to this.
Like you cannot.
No,
it's only been 3 weeks.
3 weeks. What? You want to fly all the? You've never been to Africa. You've never been to Kenya. You want to come within 3 weeks? No.
Yes.
So I actually told my friend that time, I've met someone and he's saying he's coming, but you know how this goes.
Things,
you know,
yeah.
so he's not coming.
Yeah.
And so we went on talking, and I think 2 weeks before he could come, I wanted to find out if he's actually coming. I still didn't believe he's coming. So I told him, you know, if you're actually coming to see me, I need to pick you at the airport. So I need to know what, the flight, you know. So, of course, Americans are very secretive with their things. So he didn't want to share that with me. And again, I was like, okay, catfish. Of course, I knew you're not coming, you know. But somehow I managed to convince him and he sent me the flight details. And I was like, wow.
Okay.
So you're actually coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say it was just within 3 weeks of us talking that he, said he wants to come, and he came for my birthday.
Okay. All right. Mr. Vega, how was that? 3 weeks in and you were ready to come meet the person, meet the family. Okay, no, you've not said meet the family, but really come meet this person. What was it like for you? Were you scared? Because again, like Marion says, this was your first time coming to Africa. I mean, coming to Kenya, and you're coming to meet her. You were only talking, online and then on WhatsApp. What was that like for you? I mean, were you at some point scared that maybe you might find she's not the one that you have been talking to this entire time?
You know what? I wasn't really nervous until I landed.
You weren't?
I wasn't really nervous until I landed. I flew 24 hours through 3 flights. And it didn't really occur to me that this could be a trap or a catfish, or maybe she might rob me or something. I don't know. And then I'm coming out of the airport and I'm thinking, it's like, okay, well, if I see her and then I see 2 big dudes behind her like coming in the same way, then you turn right around, head back in the airport. But thankfully it was just her. And
so how was your reaction, like the initial meetup? I mean, how was your reaction? Of course, I'm going to ask Marion as well. Like, how was your reaction? Was it everything that you expected and more? And you're here 2 years in, and of course, married with a child.
The first thing she said to me was, "Oh my God, you are so short."
Okay.
And I told her, I was like, "You are too smart." He was like, "I'm glad we see eye to eye."
Yeah. on the same. Because again, and when you read like articles and all those things, they will tell you, when you're going to meet this person, make sure you meet at a central place because you never know. Don't do this, don't do that. There's usually like a lot of don'ts and do's and all those things. Because again, they also say you never know. You might be, like Emmanuel said, you might meet a serial killer. You never know. All those things. So, but you see, you said again, for you, you were not nervous at all. You met her, and of course, it's been good since then. So then, from your end, what is it that you would? Because we literally need to finish the conversation. Why does time fly so fast? I don't know. But what would you say, like from your end, in terms of like the whole aspect of online dating, meeting this person and deciding to move forward, if it's something that you want to move forward with, and if it's something that is not working, just breaking it at that point, what would you say based on your interactions, with others before meeting your wife?
Before meeting my wife, patience and understanding. Yeah, because everybody's looking for somebody.
True.
And you need to be patient. You really need to be patient.
Absolutely.
Because they might have gone through some things that have frustrated them. You may be frustrated and not even know it. Just take your time.
Take your time. I like that. Thank you very much. All right. And Marion, on your end, some of the lessons that you've learned, some of the things that you'd also want to advise people based on your experience dating, online, because clearly it's been successful. Here you are today with your husband, sharing both your experiences as far as that is concerned. What are some of the lessons that you learned that would you want to pass on to the other person who's watching us today?
I think I'll agree with what my husband has said. Patience is number one, because you've created a profile and all that. It may take time before you actually meet someone, so you really need to be patient. Aside from that, be very honest. I keep telling people, be very, very honest. If you want something, just write it there. You will turn off so many people, but there will be that person who would see that and probably click because of that. And then be very intentional. Be very, very intentional with everything that you're doing. Online dating is fun and it can be fun, but I feel like for all the things that you apply in the conventional way of dating, then online dating needs double that or thrice that. So I would say honesty, intentionality, and
patience.
Patience.
Oh, I like that. All right, Emmanuel, literally 30 seconds, we're being kicked out of the studio as far as dating and, of course, the whole evolution of dating. And now, people are meeting more and more online because, again, life, in all those things expanding our horizon, as Marion said. What would you say very quickly?
I think I just echo everything that they have said, just the patience, bring a lot of understanding. Be honest and intentionality. In fact, these are tips. If you ever search online, these are actually all the tips that they will tell you to pack. But at the same time, do your homework. Do your homework. Don't just believe anything. Do your homework. Understand, who it is that you're interacting with, so that you are not ending up being catfished.
That's true.
And remember, people are really smart out there.
People
are really smart out there. So it's important for you, again, just to be honest, but due diligence. There's nothing.
That can really, absolutely. We cannot overemphasize the importance of the same. Listen, we have to end the show. Unfortunately, time flies, but there's a lot of feedback, on our social media platforms, but of course, keep them coming, and keep the conversation as well going, because 1 hour is not enough for us to have this kind of conversation. But thank you very much, really, for coming. Emmanuel Gashanja, relationship coach, Marion Nduta Vega, as well as her husband, Jacob Vega, who joined us all the way from Texas via Zoom. We say thank you very much, really, to both of you.
Hey, thank you, man, for having me.
For sharing your experience as well with us. We say thank you, all the very best. And of course, we look forward to see you, baby Vega number 5. The pressure is real. Okay.
Yes.
He was 5. Okay. You have a lot of work cut out for you. But thank you very much as well for staying with us until the end of the conversation. That is where we say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, right here on Your World. I know you've learned a lot of tips as far as online dating is concerned. So all the very best and put yourself out there. See you tomorrow. Stay safe. Goodbye.